So, you want to know some text tips in Blender? Hey guys, welcome back to TutsByKai. I'm Kai, and today we are back in Blender once again, taking a look at some things you can do with text without actually converting it to a mesh. So that pretty much means you're able to edit this text no matter what you do to it, which is very, very useful. So I'm going to show you a couple of things really quick. Let's get started. I'm going to delete our default cube. Default cube. We're going to Shift A and add in a text object, obviously, middle mouse button to pan around my scene. RX90 on my numpad to rotate 90 degrees on the x-axis, and we'll hit tab to edit our text. Now this is where you can change what this says. So I can change it to say TBK, I can change it to say Tuts, I can change it to say Blender, and I can hit tab to go out of that. Now the text is, editable, and we can still move it around and whatever. But the problem is if we were to go ahead and let's say we want to go to the font tab here and go to geometry and change the extrude value. Now this is of course Blender's default font, so let's go ahead and just offset it just a little bit so it's not as weird looking. Go ahead and do something like that, just so it's a little bit thicker. Alright, so let's say that I wanted the front of this text to be white and I wanted like the sides and the top and stuff to be blue. Usually how people would do this is to go ahead and go up to object and convert to mesh from curve meta serve text, hit tab to go into edit mode. Now we can't edit what it says anymore, but we can edit the letters. So then we can hit 5-3 on my numpad, go into the side facing view, go to the face select mode and just hit B to box select over top of all those. Then we will go to the material tab and select material, hit plus, add a new material, base color blue, and hit assign. Now you can see when we do this let's actually go ahead and go to rendered viewport shading. If I were to go out of the edit mode, you can see now the sides are blue and the front and back are white how I wanted them, but you can see I can't actually edit the text again once we're done with that. So the way we can fix this is by going ahead and let me just put this over here. So hit GX and move that over. We'll add in a completely new text object here, and I'll just do the same thing real quick. So we'll type in Blender, and actually I'll type in text for this one. Yeah, so we'll type in text. I can't spell today. We'll go to the font tab and once again turn up the extrude value a little bit and a little bit for the offset. Just a little bit. There we go. Alright, so what we can do now to fix this problem and be able to still edit it is we can go ahead and actually duplicate this text object by hitting Shift D and then right clicking to cancel the movement. Now, if you take a look at this, you can see that they're exactly on top of each other, so you can't tell that there's two here. So let's go ahead and actually go to the material tab here. Drop down this box and select the blue material. Now you can see that the blue and the white are trying to fight over each other for which one is being visible because they're both exactly on top of each other. So the way we can fix this, we go to the font tab and change the extrude value down. And you can see now that we can see both of them. You can see both of them now, but the problem is they're glitching out because they're exactly on top of each other. So we can fix this by bumping the offset up by just a little bit. Now you might not want to do it this much because that's a little bit much. Maybe you're not going for an edge, you just want it to look like it's not glitching out. So you can go with a really, really low value like 0.0, let's see, what can we get away with? 0.021, 0.0201. Yeah, you can do 0.0201 if you just want like it's just a color on top of that the white there. So you can see how we can get away with doing this in the extrude value as well. So if you want it to be just behind that, maybe 1.4.9, yeah, 1.4.9 looks good as well for this size text. So now pretty much we have the same exact thing as we have over here for the Blender. It's pretty much the same. It's exactly the same actually because we have the white and we have the blue, but the only difference is that we can now go ahead and still edit this text and change what it says, which is a great thing to do, but you have to actually edit both of the text objects obviously, or else it will not change both of them. So that is a super easy way of trying to edit a text and still have it be able to be edited instead of being able to only edit its vertices. So instead of able to be doing this, you can actually change what it says, which is great. So you would also most likely obviously have to parent them together because you don't want to move them both at the same time. You have to want to select both of them to move them both at the same time. So we can go ahead and select the white text first and then the blue text hold down Shift, and then go back to the white text. Just make sure we have all those. And then hit Control P to parent them to object. And now when we select just the white text, you can see that both of them will now rotate together. So that is a really, really easy way of being able to edit the text. So for instance, I can go ahead and rotate this around, I can animate it, and we can still edit what it says. So I can change this to boo, and I can change the blue one to boo, and now it says boo. So we did this in a very recent text tutorial that I just made in an intro style. So if you want to check that out, definitely check it out. It'll be down in the description, and it'll probably be at the end of this video. Yeah, so we created an intro, and I used this technique because it's much better than being able to not edit it and having to do all these weird things like this, because like you see, I cannot edit this. So that is that. I hope it helped you out a little bit. Definitely helps when you're doing intros and things of that nature. I will see you guys and girls in the next tutorial, but until then, bye-bye.